you poor, ignorant souls. Wandering about your petty little existence, blind to the grandeur that festers just beyond your feeble perception. But I have seen it. I have gazed into the infinite, peeled back the veil of this pitiful reality, and bathed in the blinding brilliance of what lies beyond. The echoes of countless dimensions scream in my mind. Each tale more glorious, more harrowing, more fucking real than this dull excuse for existence. I do not merely dream of other worlds. I witness them. I know them. And now you will too. Whether you are ready or not, whether you deserve it or not, this universe, this living, breathing, epic tale of gods, monsters, saviors, criminals, angels, and devils, demands to be seen. And I am its sole vessel, its relentless harbinger. Damnation? Madness? Pain? Pfft. I have long since abandoned such trivial fears. I will show you the truth, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice, no matter how many bodies must be buried in my wake. So sit the fuck down, open your eyes, and prepare to witness what you were never meant to see. I am Axel Hamilton. Code name Harbinger. And this is the Savior Society Audio Chronicles. More so explained by yours truly. But enough about me. Let's start at the very beginning. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the... You really thought I was going there? No. The big guy doesn't show himself for decades in this universe. I mean... Yeah, no. Let's move past that little... hiccup, heh? But seriously, where it begins on this earth, Olympus. The fall of Olympus. On my world, we often think of gods, myths, and legends as nothing more than stories. Fables crafted by ancient minds to explain the world, the heavens, and the mysteries of the universe. Christianity rose. The gods of Olympus were cast into the realm of myth, and mortal man went about creating his own world, leaving the old stories behind. And the glory of Olympus faded into the shadow of new belief. By the time modernity arrived, few people even remembered the names of the gods who once ruled the heavens, much less believed in them. But this isn't your world, and it sure as hell isn't mine. On this world, everything, every story, every fable, every fairy tale, every legend, every myth, wasn't a story. It was simply history. And history has a way of rearing its head, sometimes more powerfully than any god ever could. The gods did not fade into myth. They did not wither away in the quiet death of forgotten prayers or the rise of a new god. They did not fall because of the slow erosion of faith or the rise of a new belief. Olympus burned, and it was Hades who set it ablaze. For centuries, Olympus stood unchallenged. Zeus, king of the gods, ruled from his golden throne. Athena guided the minds of men. Ares filled their hearts with war, and Apollo shined light upon the world. The gods of Greece were worshipped, feared, and obeyed. Temples rose in their honor, and offerings were placed at their feet. But below, in the dark, cold abyss of the underworld, one god sat alone. Hades, son of Kronos, ruler of the dead, the god who had never been welcomed on Olympus. He was not celebrated in the great temples of men. No songs were sung for him. No feasts held in his name. He was neither loved nor feared, only avoided. And so he watched. He watched as mortals whispered of a new god. A single god, one who did not demand offerings of gold or blood, but of faith. He watched as temples to Zeus emptied, as the fires of Apollo's altars died cold, as Athena's wisdom was replaced by the words of priests who spoke of a kingdom, not of Olympus, but of heaven. Hades watched his family ignore it. Zeus, arrogant as ever, scoffed at the idea that mortals could ever truly abandon them. Athena called it a passing phase. Even Hera, forever bitter, laughed at the idea that any new god could replace the king of Olympus. They were fools, because Hades saw the truth. The year was 391 CE. The last remnants of the Olympian pantheon had gathered in secret. Their once golden forms diminished, their power fading. They were the last of a dying order, but still, they schemed, clinging desperately to what little influence they had left. Persephone, queen of the underworld, stood before them, torn between her love for Hades and the weight of their words. Athena, ever the tactician, whispered that she had been deceived, that her place was not in the shadows of the dead, but in the light of Olympus. Hera, still regal even in desperation, pleaded that she had been stolen, that she did not belong in the cold grasp of the underworld. Even Poseidon, once indifferent to her fate, warned that Hades had twisted her into something she was never meant to be. Leave him, they told her. Leave Hades before you are lost forever. But Persephone was no fool. She had spent eons by his side, seen his mind work in ways no other god could comprehend. She had learned from him, grown with him. If there was one truth she held on to, it was that she was his. Not stolen, not manipulated, but his. And so, out of unwavering loyalty, she returned to him. Hades listened in silence as she recounted every word the Olympians tried to plant inside her mind. Every plea, every attempt to turn her against him. His hands clenched into fists, his expression unreadable. But within him, a darkness deeper than the void of the underworld began to stir. The gods would never stop. Not until he was destroyed. And so, the final act of his vengeance was set into motion.